So I understand why Manny wants to come back and do something he loves and get paid for it.
Barrios, the right opponent for the right time to try to do this? He just might be. He just might be. He's been slumping a little bit. That draw against Ramos, he did not look like a killer or even an elite fighter. Let's see at 46 how hard Manny works and if he still got it. I wouldn't completely count him out. That's all I'm going to say.
Is that what we're going to do? I hope not. And again, this is not me trying to be a hater. It's just, I don't want to see Manny get hurt. And Barrios, you know, not the biggest puncher in the world, but he can hurt it badly. He is a volume puncher, and he will be in there.
It's different sort of training now. You take into account of your age, and it's more specific sort of things to do.
A little more rest, I would think.
As we start, reactions to Manny Pacquiao's long-awaited comeback to the ring have been conflicting in the boxing community. Some consider it to be a historic return, the last phase of a real sports legend. The 45-year-old's physical prowess to compete at the highest level is questioned by others. In any event, his very presence energizes the sport and reignites interest around the world. Most importantly, recently, Manny Pacquiao arrived in Los Angeles as he gets ready to face Mario Barrios. He addressed the impending fight with assurance, dismissing worries about the obvious age difference between him and his opponent. According to Pacquiao, training and experience will be more important than any physical distinctions.
Smiling.
Welcome back to Los Angeles, Manny.
Boss.
We miss you.
You're looking in tremendous shape. You're ready to fight Barrios tonight and make history, Manny.
Manny, you excited to step into the ring again?
Yes.
What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, Manny.
Don't worry about it.
Pacquiao added that the bout against Mario Barrios is very significant to him, even with everything he has accomplished in his illustrious career. Although he admitted that he is one of the greatest boxers of all time, he made it clear that this fight is not your typical fight. It would be a huge accomplishment for Pacquiao to defeat Barrios, especially after being out of the ring for years.
You know, Manny, for a lot of people, you are the greatest fighter in history, the only individual champion, the only champion in 4 different decades. When you beat Barrios, what does that say?
Oh, it's a big thing for me.
And congratulations, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, June. How are you, madam?
Thank you.
Manny, what do you say to your fans? They're worried about you fighting again at 46.
Thank you.
Boss.
Moreover, Jimuel, Manny Pacquiao's son, who has been training in the US, met his father. A budding boxer named Jimuel mentioned how excited he was at the prospect of competing on his father's undercard. He was excited and said he would be thrilled to have the chance. The continuity of the Pacquiao heritage in the boxing world is highlighted by this father-son interaction.
Jim, Manny, we covered his sparring match, his amateur fight. We covered it. There was like 1,000 people there. More fans than a professional fight.
You know, if he fights on your card, it will be like LeBron James and his son playing the same NBA game. What are the chances of him being on your undercard?
He'll fight my undercard.
Let's go. I love it. Jim, you like that? Yeah. You down for that?
Yeah, for sure.
Furthermore, Jimuel also emphasized Manny's unwavering commitment to training when he said he was confident in his father's impending bout against Barrios. He underlined that in order to be prepared for the task at hand, his father has consistently kept himself in top physical shape and never stopped exercising. Jimuel thinks that this dedication will result in an exciting and competitive fight.
So your dad, he's special. How do you feel about the fight with Barrios?
It was good. I can see my dad's, he's always stayed in shape year-round, plays basketball year-round, always running, and all that. So I think it'll be a good one.
He's an icon.
He also admitted that there were worries about the age gap between his opponent Barrios and his father, Manny, but he stressed that his father has remained in great shape because of his persistent dedication to training. Jimuel stated that age will not be a deciding factor in the forthcoming fight and that he is confident Manny's drive and conditioning will offset any potential disadvantages.
People that are concerned, your dad fighting at 46 and he knows what he's doing, right? He's up for it, but the people, the fans that love him so much, the media, they're all concerned. What do you think about that?
I mean, it makes sense, you know, like he's 46 now, and then like even me as his son, you know, like I love him, he's my dad, you know. And there's also concern there, you know, but I believe in him, and yeah, he's shown us that, you know, he stays in shape year round and all that, so it's like weight's not gonna be a problem, fitness not gonna be a problem.
Moreover, Manny Pacquiao's close friend and longtime trainer, Buboy Fernandez, also offered his opinions on Pacquiao's impending bout with Barrios. He declared that spectators would witness a reinvigorated Pacquiao in the ring. Pacquiao has been putting in a lot of effort to prepare for his comeback and ensure that he is prepared for the fight, Fernandez also stressed.
What can we expect? Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios.
It's very exciting fight.
Decision or knockout? Decision or knockout?
Only I can see that we can train hard for this fight. It's a very, very important fight.
But Manny looks good. I saw a little video. He looks in shape.
Yeah.
He's fast. He's strong.
What do you think of the people? They're making so much of his exhibition in Japan. The exhibition he had with Aqua. Why do you think they're making a lot of it?
They say he didn't look good. That is a real exhibition for Manny in the last year. But this coming fight on July 19, this is a real fight. Yeah, this is a big fight.
Furthermore, Buboy also addressed worries regarding Pacquiao's age. He stressed that age is just a number and claimed that Pacquiao's commitment and diligence would disprove anyone who had any doubts. Fernandez highlighted Pacquiao's continuing skill and preparedness by urging fans to concentrate on the quantity of punches he lands rather than his age. He added that it will be a historic occasion in boxing if Pacquiao defeats Barrios.
You know, Manny, people love him. He's the people's champ. He's 46. They're concerned that he's going to fight again at 46. What are your thoughts on that?
No, don't just the number. We just the punch.
Buboy, let me ask you a question. Manny Pacquiao is the best fighter in history, the only 8-division champion, the only champion in 4 different decades. If he beats Barrios and becomes champion again, when he beats him, what does that say?
Only I can say that we can see in the fight.
History.
What's more, Justin Fortune also voiced confidence that Pacquiao will overcome Barrios, saying it wouldn't be shocking. Fortune underlined that Pacquiao has continued to be involved in the sport and has kept himself healthy and prepared. He said that fight is important and that Pacquiao would accomplish a great deal if he wins at 45 or 46. In order to protect his health and legacy, Fortune also counseled Pacquiao to refrain from sustaining needless injuries during the fight.
When Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor, he said, "I'm not surprised." So Manny could say that after he beats Barrios, that he wasn't surprised that he's supposed to win.
Well, what they, well, you know, DSP. I mean, different DS. You know, I like DS.
He's funny.
He fucking will fight.
Yeah, fight
He don't
anyone,
give a shit.
anywhere,
He'll fight
anytime.
anybody.
So-
No, it's, you know, it's just it's a fight. No, it'd be, you know, for him to win that at 45, 46, yeah, it's a big thing. But then, you know, he didn't take any damage. Foreman came back, won titles in his 40s and stuff. I know the heavyweights, it's a bit different. But
In addition to praising Mario Barrios as a superb fighter, he pointed out that Pacquiao needs to be wary of the challenges that Barrios may provide to anyone in the ring. However, he recognized Manny Pacquiao's talent and extensive background, making this a titanic matchup between two extremely talented combatants. This matchup is expected to be exciting and furious.
Him and Mario Barrios, break it down.
yeah, Barrios is champion, so it's a good fight.
WBC champion.
You know, don't count Pacquiao. Everyone's counting Pacquiao out because of his age. It's like a bunch of haters, man. He still has tons of power, tons of speed, and a shitload of experience.
Another important figure concerned about Pacquiao getting wounded in the fight, Ricky Hatton also offered his thoughts on the contest. He questioned whether it was fair for Pacquiao to compete for the belt after 4 years away from the ring. Hatton's remarks reveal the doubts that several boxers have regarding the safety and validity of this comeback.
Pacquiao Barrios, Manny, former opponent of yours. A lot of reports he's going to fight Mario Barrios for the WBC title a number of years out of the ring. What do you make of it?
Well, one, I hope he doesn't get hurt. I think there's every chance he could do. Secondly, I think how has he got to a world title shot? 5th in the world, you know. You know, imagine if he was number 1 and 2 in the division and trained all your life to get there, and then Manny comes in after being retired 5 years and or whatever it is, and goes into number 5 in the division. Boxing these days.
Brian Campbell, a combat commentator, also offered commentary on the bout, emphasizing how intriguing it is to see Pacquiao take on a youthful champion like Barrios. Legends can create magic for a single night and win, he said, but Pacquiao's performance in this fight might be his turning point. The boxing world is anxiously awaiting word on whether Pacquiao will declare victory or be declared injured and retire.
Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him. But there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around.
Yep.
People are excited to see the Pac-Man back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent retirement?
Moreover, Brian went on to say that although Manny may not have the same speed now, he still has an average pace for a boxer. Manny was extremely fast in his time, but he has a lot more experience than his opponent. Additionally, he pointed out that Barrios has shortcomings, which heightens the interest in the battle and guarantees a thrilling and competitive contest.
But let's look at a couple things. The last thing to go is power, yes. Manny was also absurdly fast in his prime. So like a Roy Jones Jr. who hung on far too long, but was still fighting professionally at the age of 50, he still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today. But what about that experience? I think the biggest part of why people maybe not completely poo-pooing this or going 46 years old, what are we doing? Is this another Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight? No, it's not. Because Barrios, although a champion, he's got flaws. We've seen him lose on the pay-per-view level before to Gervonta Davis, to Keith Thurman.
However, Wade Plemons raised concerns about Pacquiao returning at 46 to fight for a belt, noting that comebacks like this typically don't end well for fighters. While he acknowledged that Pacquiao might still have the ability to fight, he emphasized the risks involved. Plemons also pointed out that, in his view, this bout may have been arranged more for ticket sales than for Pacquiao's competitive future.
We see this time and time again. When a boxer retires, takes a long time off, and then comes back, it usually, again, outside of George Foreman, rest in peace to the GOAT, it usually doesn't go well. And I don't think this is going to either. And it's clear to me that this is done for, you know, a staging of an event versus the actual competitive nature of the fight. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and that Manny still has it, but I'm just going to go with what makes the most sense. The WBC and whoever they partner with on this is going to try to sell tickets off of it. Okay, that's fine. But what's the point of the belt if this is the match? What are you saying as the WBC to all the actual contenders that you have ranked at welterweight for this belt?
Besides, Jim Lampley said he was saddened by Manny Pacquiao's comeback to the ring and that it's a tough truth to see. Although he conceded that Pacquiao might have motivations, he hinted that they most likely have to do with need. It depresses Lampley to see a legend return for such reasons.
Manny Pacquiao is going to come back, age 46, to fight against Mario Barrios. You called most, if not all, of Manny's most substantive fights over the years. What do you think of that?
Sad. You know, just sad that he feels any reason or urge whatsoever. However, on the other hand, fighters fight. It's what they do.
Regarding Pacquiao's prime talks, Terrence Crawford once said that even if Manny Pacquiao had faced Floyd Mayweather in his prime, Floyd would still have beaten him. He emphasized that Mayweather's skills and ring IQ set him apart from everyone. In Crawford's eyes, Floyd is a legend who beats all challengers.
If I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime,
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
As we know, Manny Pacquiao has defeated numerous elite opponents, and his career is full of amazing accomplishments. He stands out as one of the best boxers in history due to his unwavering determination and unmatched talent.
Manny Pacquiao, for sure, you know, dealing with that animal, he's a beast. He's a legend in the sport. Yes.
You had 3 epic fights with him.
Yes.
How is each one different?
Well, the first time it was like, it was nerve-wracking. It was like I was fighting King Kong. The hype around the fight was enormous.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao hadn't lost in like 7 years. He was knocking out everybody, and I got my chance to fight him.
Throughout his career, Pacquiao's opponents have consistently praised his power, speed, and unwavering determination. His ability to overcome challenges, adapt in the ring, and push past his limits earned him respect from all corners of the sport.
What's it like to face Manny Pacquiao and be in the ring with him?
Well, when I fought Manny, that motherfucker was fast. He was so fast, he makes super fast people look not fast. That's how fast he was. And he's just awkward, bro. He is just awkward, because I had some sparring guys using lefties. I thought I was doing good. I was doing great with them. And then got in the ring with Manny Pacquiao is just a different story, man. It's a different animal. He throws on different angles.
Do you see the punches coming, or do you just like only in the last second?
In my face after the fight, I did not see the punches coming, bro. After the fight, I had my face fucked up, but you know, it is what it is. I can say I tried to experience one of the best in the world, and you know, I failed, which is okay. And I'm just happy they got the opportunity to fight him.
In addition to his triumphs, Pacquiao's legacy is shaped by the admiration he received from his opponents. He was a formidable opponent because of his distinct fighting technique and heart.
Manny Pacquiao came out with a frenetic pace. Did that surprise you? Knew he was going to be quick, but did you expect him to be that quick?
He is a fast fighter. We know that smaller fighters normally throw volume punches more than the heaviers. For example, welterweights versus heavyweights. Manny Pacquiao coming up from lighter weight division, 8-time world champion. He really does have that hand speed. He jumps in and out with quickness.
Even in the most difficult moments, his passion for the sport never wavered. Pacquiao's name will forever be remembered as one of boxing's true legends.
Which contemporary fighter do you most enjoy watching right now?
Out of the big-time fighters now?
Yeah.
Pacquiao looks sensational his last fight. Oh, sensational. No fighter, and you as my witness, as any expert, no fighter looks more sensational than Pacquiao looked the other night. No fighter, name a fighter looked more sensational than Manny Pacquiao did the night he fought.
Let me sneeze and slay. These accomplishments are evidence of Pacquiao's constant focus, refined talents, and unrelenting work ethic. He overcame every challenge and achieved the highest level of boxing success because of his focused approach. His sparring partners have always spoken highly of him, often amazed by his speed, power, and intensity. They admired his dedication and the way he pushed himself in every training session.
It was a cool experience, being able to be in the presence of greatness like that. Spent 2 weeks in Manila there, but yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I know that I can handle myself, so it was good.
Most notably these days, Manny Pacquiao is training harder than ever before and pushing himself to the edge. He is aware that both critics and fans anticipate a significant upset from his comeback. This information strengthens his resolve and encourages him to maintain his wits. Additionally, Pacquiao is not just stepping back into the ring for the sake of it. He's aiming to make a statement. His intense preparation reflects his desire to prove that he still has what it takes. Every session, every round, he's giving his all to be ready for the challenge ahead. Once again, he is preparing to remind the world why he is one of boxing's all-time greats. The boxing world is excitedly anticipating Pacquiao's next fight. Fighters, fans, and commentators are all interested in what he will bring this time. Throughout the sport, his reappearance has generated a great deal of excitement and conjecture. Many question whether he can overcome the odds and give an unforgettable performance once more. As the fight gets closer, the tension is rising. In conclusion, how do you feel about this impending bout? Can Pacquiao actually go back in time and pull off the upset he's promising? Will he be able to defeat a younger, more determined opponent like Barrios with his experience, quickness, and resolve? Or has the boxing legend finally been overtaken by time? As the fight draws near, fans' views are becoming more heated and divided. Tell us if you think Pacquiao will win again or if Barrios is too much to bear.